Hey viewers, welcome to another game of Casual Pro Gamer. Today we're doing once more HotshotGG playing Jungle Cho'Gath. This time with his good friend and teammate Big Fat GG, who is playing the mid lane. At least I'm assuming he's playing the mid lane. So we are about 1 minute in, and we started about 1 minute in, and obviously nothing has happened. So they're all just standing around in mid lane. Apparently the enemy team is a lot stronger than they are. Didn't really take a look at the enemy team, but yeah, that's normally the behavior. If the enemy team is stronger, then you just stand in the mid lane and make sure that you don't get killed in the jungle. But in this case they're still running in the jungle. So yeah, Annie is indeed played by Big Fat GG, and yeah, he's going to get an early goal, an easy golem here, and yeah, hopefully this time he will do a little bit better. So this is the third game I recorded, but unfortunately my recording software crashed on the last one. It was a pretty good game, wasn't really extraordinary, but it's kind of a shame for me because now I wasted a lot of time on that. But yeah, well, these things happen, and at least I won't have to compile the game and then find out that it's it's no good. But yeah, well, so this is now game 2 instead of game 3, and yeah, last game, as I said, he did a little bit better than in the first game, so hopefully he can repeat this. Because yeah, he's new to jungling, obviously. Doesn't mean that he can't do it, it's just that he hasn't practiced it a lot. And going to come mid here? That is not how you go mid. So Annie does have her stun up, so if she can land a stun on Cassiopeia here, but yeah, Cassiopeia is standing way back. But if she can land a stun and Hotshot, so Cho'Gath can follow up with his Rupture, that should be pretty good. Yeah, nothing was going to happen there. She was staying way too back, way too far, and all the way in the in the back of her lane. And Nautilus there at his rates. So now Annie needs to watch for that, but Nautilus is not going to do anything. He is just going to back out. He is going for his wolves, in fact. And are they going to... Oh, they probably spotted that he didn't have a red buff or something like that. Yep, red buff is still up. Oh, Nautilus coming in now. And going to get stunned and ruptured, and there should be the kill. Flash going off, yep, there is the kill. Easy mode. Running towards bottom lane, but really nothing he could do there. The kill had already happened, and yeah, this was the problem. I was discussing this with myself in the last game. The problem with Cho'Gath jungle is that his ganks really aren't that good. He has to land the Rupture, and if he doesn't land the Rupture, there's not a whole lot he can do to the enemy, team. And wow, going aggressive on this Nautilus, trying to not so much steal his red buff, but trying to prevent the Nautilus from getting it. And I'm assuming the mid laner will come. Oh yeah, I meant the other one, but still. The mid laner did come. It's just the other one than what I would have expected to happen, but the other mid laner probably went home. Oh, nice. Actually leaving one of the minions behind. That wasn't really intended because, well, that was too low health to be intended. But he's not going to disrupt the luck he had there. And he gets a fresh red buff. Also means that Nautilus does not get a red buff. Nautilus is a lot better at, well, making his gank stick. I don't know what this Alistar was doing, why he was just standing there. Did he get stunned? He probably did, but I don't know. It seems a bit weird because I didn't see the white thing above his head. I might just have completely missed that. I mean, that is perfectly possible. And if you watch this, you will probably say, "Yeah, man, he got stunned. Duh, pay attention." Yeah, that's yeah, that's most of the time the way this goes. So I also don't know what else I discussed in that previous game. But I discussed a lot in the previous two games, so you probably miss about 2/3 of it now, which is fine. Because most of the stuff that I say I tend to, well, rehash a couple of times in different games. So for those of you who watch all of my games or a lot of my games, I'm sorry to tell you the same story a couple of times. But yeah, most of it is intended to be for people who only watch like 1 or 2 games out of every day. So this top laner in some trouble now because he is going to get stunned here by Cannon. And wow, the mid laner, so the Cassiopeia actually coming in to... Ooh, wow, that hurt. Cassiopeia coming in to help out, but yeah, didn't really get a whole lot done. The 2 bottom laners die on the enemy team, as well as a 1-for-1 trade up top. So that was definitely a good fight for them, because they had, I think it's a 3-for-1 trade, but might also be 3-for-2. I don't know if Tarek died or if he just recalled. So yeah, I didn't get to see what he wanted to see, but yeah, well, it's all good. So 32 minions currently on Hotshot. Yeah, I want to use the new minion counter. I still don't know what the point of it is, because it really has no point, and it is really made by someone who doesn't understand what people want in the game. I mean, the 35 minions really doesn't mean anything to anyone. Not to a caster like me. I mean, I don't care that he has 38 minions now. What do I care? I care about how many minions he has compared to someone else. And for example, this, what just happened, the big raid got stolen. That's much more important to me than the fact that he gets 3 more minions. I mean, the 4th minion is worth more than the other 3 put together, so yeah, it's kind of a useless statistic, and yeah, it kind of proves to me how little Riot Games knows about their own game or understands about their own game, and they don't kind of ask the community what they want, because the community has very outspoken wishes about what they want to see. For example, having a dragon timer and a baron timer automatically on the screen would be one of the major things that that people want, because obviously people want to just see, like in 5 minutes time the baron will respawn, and in 2 minutes time the dragon will respawn, and putting that on the screen would be much more useful than any of the crap they invented. For example, they invented the things that are posted in the chat, I forgot, well, yeah, the support items. So if you buy a support item like a side ward or, well, one of the aura items, it is posted in the chat, but that is really not useful at all. Nobody cares that someone on your team bought a side ward. It's a nice feature for them, so they like it, and that's why they built it. But if they would have asked the community, like, would you like to have that feature, I think it would be like 40% less said yes, I would like that, and the other 60% would say, yeah, I don't really care, I don't need that at all. Because it's not like you're going to get anything useful out of the fact that you know that someone bought a sideboard. You can see that by hitting tab. And it's easy to see that whether or not there are wards on the map. And yeah, I don't know. It's just, it seems such a useless thing to have. It just clogs up the chat with a whole lot of, yeah, for example now, Oracle's licks a sideboard. Meaning that if you just posted a dragon timer, it will already be 4 lines up now. And you're going to have to really look through the chat to find your dragon timer. Especially if you also report misses, so or MIAs, I should call them. Yeah, then your whole chat gets clogged up with all kinds of things that aren't really necessary. And of course, that is not what you want to have happen to you. Yeah, so hanging around the mid lane a little bit here, but I think Cassiopeia actually sees him, because she actually came to check where he was. So I think she knows that he's there, but that's why he's going to the bottom lane, going to try to help out here. Turk is pretty dead. And Alistar, yeah, he's going to die as well. Oh, using his ultimate before the... Oh my god, he just tried to eat Alistar with his ultimate on. That is going to reduce like 70% of that damage. Because it stops true damage too. It doesn't give you armor and magic resist. No, it stops damage. And he's going to die. So, definite mistake. I discussed that in the Cho'Gath game. Or, sorry, in the Shaco game. In the Shaco game I actually discussed that pro gamers make these big mistakes too. And then I get a lot of comments normally if I really analyze a game from HotShot. Then I get a lot of comments from people saying, well, you're not as good as him, man. He is like 2200 ELO, 2300 ELO, and he's way better than you are. Yeah, that doesn't make that mean that he doesn't make mistakes. It also doesn't mean that he's perfect, and it also definitely doesn't mean that I don't see the mistakes. Because just because I'm like, I don't know, 1400 ELO somewhere, it doesn't mean that I can't analyze a game of 2500 ELO. Because I can. I can see what people do wrong. I can analyze their play, and I can actually tell them how they should have played it. But I can't make the split-second decisions that they can make, and I can't make the calls of or execute the plays that they do when they tower dive and stay alive at like 50 health. I can't make those plays. And that's the difference between them and me. They have way more practice hours. Because they play like 10-12 hours a day, and I cast games like 10-12 hours a day. So I can analyze the games very, very well. I would be a great coach for these teams, but I can't make the plays myself. I can tell them what they did wrong, and I can tell them how they should have played it, but as I said, that's behind the facts. That's when I see a play, I can say, that's where you went wrong, and that's what you should have done. And yeah, that's a big, big difference between a player and a coach. A coach doesn't have to be good. Most of the soccer coaches here, they really suck at soccer at this moment. They may have been great players one day, well, back in the day when they were good, but yeah, it's exactly the same thing, and that's with every sport, by the way. Oh, Cannon gets killed. He tried so hard to get out of that, but he doesn't manage to. But yeah, Jax may still die here to the Cho'Gath. No, see, Cho'Gath missing his rupture, not getting anything else done. And he's not going to kill this dude. The dude has too much CC. It is not going to happen. Jax may still die though, because he stayed in. And oh, the flash used, but yeah, the CC from Nautilus too strong. It is not going to be good. Oh, I discussed that in the last game, I think. Because there was a Nautilus in that game as well. A Nautilus jungle, just like here. And yeah, I was discussing the fact that they... yeah, I released a video on how really bad Nautilus was game day 1. I actually did several videos on that. Yeah, I watched the pro players and they really all agreed that Nautilus was just the most horrible champion ever, and that after the fact that, well, when they released the skills, like this is what they do, everyone was like, oh come on Riot, this is super OP. And then he came out and people played him and were like, this is no good. How did they screw up the skills so badly? So he couldn't get anything done. But that was because, or no, and then on day 2 or from day 2 onwards, people were sending me messages all the time for like 3 weeks, saying that Nautilus was the most awesome champion ever and that I was completely wrong. I should learn how to play the game and blah 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 blah. Yeah, that was because they hotfixed him after day 1. Well, actually on day 1 even. The end of day 1, they realized that they made some mistakes in how they programmed him, so he didn't work the way he was supposed to on day 1. And so I was right in my games in saying that the way he worked that day was completely retarded, stupid, everything. He just didn't work at all the way he was, well, he was supposed to. His CC didn't work properly. His well, his innate ability, first of all, it wasn't activated. So when you hit someone the first time, they're supposed to get stunned for like a second, and that didn't work. It didn't stun anyone. So that already loses like one of the stuns that you have. Then the range on the anchor, I forgot what it's called. Undertow? No, that's the Olaf one. I forgot what it's called. The one where you throw the anchor and then dredge line, I think it's called. Yeah, that one had much too short range. The animation that you get when someone is out of range, you got that at like 500, which is like half your auto attack range or something like that. So that's why he didn't do anything. Of course, the shield worked just like it should, and the ultimate worked like it should. But because of those two skills, and they hotfixed them, as I said, on day 2, so everyone was discussing, well, my bad commentaries the next day, and they were all saying, well, you have no idea what you're talking about, blah 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 blah. And yeah, I just ignored all of that. Of course, I took down the videos because people kept spamming me with the fact that I made those commentaries. That's why I took them down. I still think it's a shame because it proved that Riot actually makes these huge mistakes in champions, champion creation, and then just fixes them without announcing the fixes. So without announcing that they actually changed something. And that's what every 2 weeks, every time a new champion comes out, you get like the normal patch, and then the next day you get the patch on the patch, and then the day after that you get the patch on the patch. That patch is the patch on the patch. So yeah, you get 4 patches normally. But if you log in like every hour, you would notice all 4 patches. If you only log in like once a day in the evening, you will probably get 2 of them. But the first one generally hotfixes a big connection problem that there always is for some reason. Then one of the others, so mostly the next day, they will fix one of the problems with the champions, and that's what I wanted to discuss. But that's also what they did with Nautilus. And then, because the fix on the champion will have revealed new problems, they will fix it again, so make another change. And only the first patch is announced. So only the changes that they make in the first patch, those are the ones that they announce. So for Darius, I heard this from someone else, so don't attack me if I'm wrong there. But apparently they hotfixed him like 2 days in, 3 days in, by giving one of his skills a mana cost. So now, instead of being a free spell, it is a spell that actually requires mana. And although that's not a big nerf, and I think they're going to nerf him more, yeah, it is definitely something that they should have announced. But it does make him a little harder to play, and does drain his mana pool, obviously. So maybe that's their way of trying to fix things without pissing off the community. Because if you can imagine, if every 2 weeks you have to admit that you made some mistakes, that at some point people will realize that you're doing the same thing over and over and over, making the big mistakes and then fixing them, but nobody notices the 4 patches that they put out every week, so it doesn't really matter. Anyway, let's get back to the game after that huge rant about nothing. But yeah, it's just really annoying for me to cast these games from new champions, and then have all these people, all these trollololos. They kind of think they know best, and they kind of discuss my commentary from 3 patches ago as if it was the new patch, and it's just so annoying when people do that. Because they, for some reason, don't realize that all of these patches are going on, and then they say, like, if I now would say Evelyn is bad, and then in 2 months Evelyn gets buffed, so she becomes overpowered again, and then all of a sudden people will say, "Man, you said that she was bad, and she's completely dominating every game." Yeah, and I get that a lot. So it's not like it's the first time, it's not like it will be the last time, but it is really annoying, so please stop doing that. Because if you watch a game and you have comments about it, first of all, look at the date. If the date is not today, then, or not close to today, then you might want to comment. But if it's like 2 months ago, don't bother with your stupid comments about, "Yeah man, you're totally wrong about what you said there." Because it's incredibly annoying. But you can understand that if you ever try to upload a video to YouTube. Everyone has an opinion on everything. And the funny thing is, nobody comments about the casters from Riot Games, who completely do stupid things every commentary. So they are excited about things they shouldn't get excited about. They make the wrong calls. They make the wrong predictions about what the enemy champion or what the players are going to do or should do or whatever. And nobody ever comments on that. And yeah, I really wanted to have the Corsair Vengeance Cup, the finals, with the original commentary, but I can't find them anywhere. But there is so much commentator crap in those videos that, yeah, I wanted to just have them and make a compilation video out of that, because that was just completely stupid, retarded bull crap, everything they said. Yeah, if you have to comment on a game and you're in bottom lane, it was something like someone and Janna against Kog'Maw and someone. Doesn't really matter, the other two. Anyway, Janna was running out. She was at like 100 HP. She was running out and Kog'Maw launches an ultimate at her. The ultimate hits her, obviously, but just before it hits, she puts on a shield. And the commentators were like, and I'm not exaggerating here, the commentators were like, "Oh man, that's so pro, how did she do that, man? Oh, that is such a clutch play. That's how you see that these guys are the best players in the world." And I was at that moment discussing the commentators with someone else, doesn't really matter who. But I was like, yeah, there you go with your example, because he wasn't an example of what I was just saying, that these guys are such crappy commentators. And then I said, yeah, well, this is kind of what I meant. And he said, yeah, I guess a 200 ELO player could figure out that if the shield is up and you're going to get killed by a Kog'Maw ult, you should probably put the shield on you. So those kind of comments are really annoying to me, because I'm trying to teach people how to play this game. I'm trying to make them see where they make mistakes, how they could have done it differently, so they make a better decision next time. But listening to these commentators really pisses me off. It's just incredible how bad these guys are. So in that same game, because of course I was really annoyed, so I remembered some of their comments. The CLG team, because it was CLG versus M5, I believe. CLG team almost aced the enemy team. Only Janna lived at like 100 HP, so very low, and they were all still alive. So the complete CLG team was still alive. They had 3 wards on Baron that were already there, so they didn't place any additional wards, but they were going to do Baron. There were no wards on Baron, because they had a pink ward, there was no an Oracles, probably an Oracles. There was no ward on Baron. And what do these noob lords say? They say they focus on the Baron, and they see that Janna is nowhere near, because they have the vision that we normally have in spectator mode, so they can see where the Janna is. And they say, well, unless there's a Baron steal incoming from Janna, they're probably going to get Baron. Dude, 5 guys doing Baron, Janna is like half a screen or half a map away, and she's at 100 HP. How is she going to steal Baron at all? That annoys me so much. Oh man, you can't even imagine how much that annoys me. But yeah, that's just, I can't believe that kind of commentary. And I should really get back to the game. I should probably just put in the I'm going to make a title that warns you for this crap that I'm ranting about, but oh man, it just annoys me so much, these kind of things. And yeah, then my videos get watched by about 300, 400, 500 people each video. I don't mind. I mean, I make these videos because I like doing that, and I would like to see like 2000 hits on each video, but it's not going to happen yet. I know I get like 500 extra subscribers every month, which is good, which I really appreciate everyone subscribing to me, but yeah, it's not growing that hard, and or that fast, I should say. But that's okay. I mean, the channel is still growing, so I'm still happy. The main thing is that these commentators from League of Legends, from Riot Games, sorry, they get like 100,000 views easily on their videos, and they spout complete crap all game. So I was like, should I do that as well? Yeah, I'm not going to do that, because yeah, I hate shoutcasters. I really, really, really hate shoutcasters, because they're just shouting at random things that are happening on the screen. And yeah, I'll make an example video of how I perceive them, because most people enjoy the fact that they're always shouting about everything, but it's just not useful. You can shout about someone getting a triple kill when they should have died, because that is so. When you see an awesome play, then you should get excited. Otherwise, if you see that someone is getting a kill because someone else is messing up, then you shouldn't get excited. You should say, man, are these 2K ELO players, are these guys really getting paid for playing this game? It's the same as in any sporting event. People like the commentators for explaining it, because, well, there's a big difference between European and American sporting events, just to be clear about that. European events are mostly scripted or mostly commentated around the fact that the players are gods. They're regarded as gods by the commentators. So everything they do is perfect. They never make mistakes. They're all perfect. And in America, they're a lot more honest. They analyze the plays a lot better. But that's also because we have soccer here. Soccer isn't even a real sport. It's a game. And the difference between a sport and a game, by the way, for those of you who don't know, a game is won by a random team or player. A sport is won by the one who's the best. So that's why you actually have esports and games. So League of Legends is almost an esport because it has a lot of random elements still in it that determine the game. And if they remove them, it's an actual esport. For now, it's a game. But yeah, soccer is also a game because random teams win, and because otherwise there would be a team that would actually beat another team 10 out of 10 times. Not like 7 out of 10 times. No, the best team wins. It shouldn't be about luck, and soccer is all about luck. American football, however, is not about luck at all. They are scripted plays, they are rehearsed. These guys can run the same play like 100 times in a row if they needed to. They probably did so in practice. So when they learn to play the game and they play for their team, they practice these plays and they practice them over and over and over again. And there is a big difference between that kind of play and soccer. So getting back to my point there, the sporting events are completely different, as I said, and the commentators in the US, or on the American sports at least, they are a lot more honest about people just making mistakes. So they don't get excited about a certain play unless there's something to get excited about. So if someone makes a great play and thereby scores, I'm going with the football metaphor, scores a touchdown, because they outrun someone or they turn around at the exact moment that the other guy isn't watching, they catch the ball and then make a magnificent play out of that, they get excited. But if one of the guys trips and the other guy just catches the ball because there's no defender there anymore, or if someone just completely messes up throwing a ball, they don't get excited about that. They just say, yeah, he made a mistake. So they recognize the difference between a mistake and a good play. And that makes it, for me, it makes it much more exciting to watch, because I know that if these guys get excited about something, it actually has a reason. It actually means there's a good play going on. And yeah, these guys actually, yeah, they excite me much more than someone who keeps screaming about everything. And yeah, it just annoys me. And shoutcasters do that all the time. They would be like, oh, this Jax, he's running away, man. Oh, he jumps to 1,000,000. Oh, he's still running, and Cho'Gath cannot catch up with him. Is he going to? He's going to go in the bush. He's invisible now. He's going to run out, and he's going to stun the Cho'Gath. Now running out. Oh, he might actually get caught. Yes, he gets eaten by the Cho'Gath. That's not exciting to me at all. This is so obvious that Cho'Gath is going to kill him. It is just so annoying to me. How can you even find that exciting? I mean, I can pretend to find that exciting when I'm casting this game, But in reality, I saw that coming like 30 seconds ago. And everyone saw that coming 30 seconds ago. And if you didn't see that coming, then you should probably play this game a little bit more often. Oh my god, they're going to attack the church! Did you see that? They're attacking the church, and now it's down, and they're going to focus the nexus now. Did you see that, man? Oh, using his skills on the Mias. All the Mias are going to die here, and look at that enemy team. They're trying to defend their nexus. Can you imagine? They're attacking the nexus, and the enemy team trying to defend, but are they going to make it work? No, oh, no! The Alistair dies in the middle of the enemy team. Oh, and the ultimate going off. Yeah, and the Shirley is being used, and now all the enemy team is going to escape, and are they going to catch up? No, they're not going to catch up. Jax jumps on the cannon, and cannon gets away. Cannon gets away. Yes, he flashes, and he's still going to get away. Yeah. No, that's not really exciting to me at all. I mean, obviously the enemy team is going to try to defend their nexus. They're going to push out for a little bit. But realistically, if we look at how this game has progressed so far, what's going to happen is the purple team is just going to regroup. This Cho'Gath is going to die, obviously. And are the other two guys coming in? How troll are you, man? So giving away a triple kill there, but yeah, so it doesn't even matter anymore. Anyway, the purple team is going to regroup. They're going to push in one more time. They have 2 inhibitors down. Oh no, they have 1 inhibitor down still. The other one just respawned. Yeah, they're going to just group up, buy some more items. Obviously, they're trolling a little bit here. It is 36 to 18. So yeah, as the yeah, I really want to find that match. So if anyone can find me a video of the Vengeance Cup, the Corsair Vengeance Cup finals between CLG and CLG EU and Moscow 5 with the original commentary, not the Russian one, because I can find the Russian commentary, but that really doesn't, well, doesn't interest me. I can also find some non-original commentary videos, but for some reason, yeah, I cannot find the originals. Not even on Twitch.tv or Own3D TV. Yeah, I know it's Owned TV. But yeah, the original videos with the original commentary, because it was such a retarded commentary, man. I think, by the way, if they focused the Nexus there, they would have finished the game. But they wanted to back out, and that was fine. But I think if they focus the Nexus, no, they don't. They have Asriel, who doesn't really do a whole lot of damage, because most of the damage would have come from Cho'Gath. But yeah, well, they're still going to win, obviously, because they were 36 to 15 when they were in the enemy base. Are the enemy actually getting Baron here? That's kind of cute. So yeah, it was kind of obvious. I didn't realize, but I was really paying attention to the game, as you might have noticed. Yeah, because they got that triple kill, they got in a free Baron. But now it's time to finish the game here. Anyway, why should I start commenting the game now? That's just retarded. So now you heard my shoutcaster voice, and yeah, I think my ironic voice and I hate stupid comment voice has been heard a couple of times in the past. It was in this video as well. So the enemy team going to go in really aggressively, because they are pretty sure they can get some kills with the Baron buff. But they're not going to manage to do anything else than get a couple of kills. Oh, actually Terry gets killed. Oh, so sad. But still, they are, well, pushed in their base, and yeah, if you look on the minimap, there's a huge minion wave on the bottom lane incoming. And actually, it already started to work on the Nexus. Cho'Gath gets killed. But yeah, Nautilus is now there to clean that up so the Nexus won't go down. But yeah, it already did some damage to the Nexus, so both of the turrets have been taken down. I don't know if both of the turrets were already down when they... oh yeah, they were, because they were... Yeah, I haven't even commented on that with my my epic shoutcaster voice, man. I hope the microphone didn't overload from that, but we'll see that in the editing, I guess. Yeah, I wish there was a fast forward button on this game, because at this point, if the enemy comes back, then yeah, that would be a miracle. But since yeah, they were behind by, what was it, 21 kills, something like that. And that is obviously not going to work out for them. Yeah, they do have a Nasus, but Nasus was in bottom lane as a support. So, might not work out too well for this blue team. No, they're not the blue team, they're the purple team. Might not work out too well for the purple team if they wait too long, because if Nasus gets fed, he can take down the entire enemy team without getting killed. And that's the power of Nasus, and you really don't want to screw that in the end game. So even an underfed team with a Vayne or Nasus, or you have several more of those champions, they are still really dangerous. And yeah, because they screwed up so badly with that triple kill, well, I think that was intentional. Oh, a double Shurelia's going off, really? I think that's necessary. So a team fight going off here, and I think the purple team will actually come out on top on this one. Cannon ulting 3 people, and oh, get her! Get the guy that actually does the damage! No, they're not going to. So Cassiopeia keeps doing damage there, even though she was almost down straight away. She was allowed to keep doing damage, and they still have 4 champions left. So Cho'Gath should really go back. Don't know if his no, I don't think his mark. Oh, he sold that. His the new item, the Maw of Malmortius, or whatever it's called. I don't know why they're taking out all of the inhibitors, probably because they can't really reach into the Nexus. So then the inhibitors are a good target, but inhibitors have 4000 HP, and the Nexus only has 5500, so 2 inhibitors is really way more than the Nexus. Also, the Nexus turrets only 1925 each, so 1 inhibitor has more hit points than 2 Nexus turrets put together. And yeah, they're now going to back out. So yeah, if they regroup, or if they group up, they have a pretty decent chance of winning these team fights. And with pretty decent, I mean like an 80% chance. And even if they get aced at this point, they will probably lose like 2 turrets, but not even an inhibitor. Yeah, if they get aced, the enemy team has to push all the way up, and as you can see, all of the lanes are pretty much in the enemy base except for the top lane. And with the inhibitor down, you get a lot more HP on your minions, because with 3 inhibitors down, you actually get 3 times that buff. Well, 2 times on each lane, I guess. Because it only works for the other lanes, I think. I'm not actually sure about that, though. I think... Alright, no, it's probably going to work on all minions. Otherwise, it would be too much work programming it. So 3 times on each wave then. And once again, using the ultimate there on an Alistar that has his ultimate on. So that means that he's not going to do as much damage with his true damage, because all of the damage gets reduced by like 70%, I believe it is. So that also means the true damage. So Cho'Gath in the middle of the fight here, but yeah, the rest of the team should be able to clean this up. Only Nasus is a real problem, and yeah, Cassiopeia doing a lot of damage there, but they're still going to... Did they lose or did they surrender? Oh, they actually lost due to the the Jax actually attacking the... No, that's not Jax. Someone attacking the Nexus. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this very strange non-commentary, and I will see you next time. GG.